Alright, here we are at the Los Angeles Times. Search warrant reveals grim details of Rust shooting and Helena Hutchins' final minutes. Actor Alec Baldwin was practicing removing a revolver from its holster and aiming it towards the camera during rehearsal for the movie Rust when director Joel Souza heard what sounded like a whip and then a loud pop, according to a search warrant obtained by the LA Times on Sunday night. That also provided grim new details about the final moments of cinematographer Helena Hutchinson's life. In the newly released document, Souza said that someone identified the weapon as a cold gun, meaning it did not have any live rounds, but instead the gun discharged, striking Hutchinson in her chest and Souza in his right shoulder, according to a Santa Fe, New Mexico sheriff detective's affidavit used to obtain a search warrant. Hutchinson was pronounced dead at an Albuquerque hospital. Souza's statement to the detective offered a new window into the on-set shooting Thursday that has left Hollywood reeling and calling for safer working conditions on the sets. The shooting took place after 6 members of the film crew walked off the set after complaining to the production company about payment and housing. Camera operator Reed Russell told Detective Joel Cano. The affidavit offered the most detailed chronology yet of an unfolding tragedy. The day started late because the production hired another camera crew and was working with only one camera, Souza told the detective. Souza said 3 people were handling the gun for the scene: armorer Hannah Gutierrez Reed, then Assistant Director Dave Halls, who handed the gun to Baldwin, the affidavit said. Well, anyways, she is liable for neglect. He's liable for neglect. He's definitely liable for neglect because he pulled the trigger. It doesn't matter if he was told it was a Colt gun. Everybody already knows the very first thing you do when somebody hands you a gun is you check to make sure it's not loaded, or if it is loaded. You don't just assume anything. But anyways, Halls had taken one of the 3 prop guns set up by Gutierrez Reed on a cart left outside the structure because of COVID-19 restrictions, the affidavit said. Halls did not know live rounds were in the gun when he handed it to Baldwin and yelled "cold gun," according to the affidavit. Well, he's not a very smart man, is he? You know, I don't understand this because, first of all, they're all professionals. They've all been making movies. They've all been around guns. They should all know gun safety. This is just flat out ignorance at an unheard level. Joel said, as far as he knows, no one gets checked for live ammunition on their person prior or and after leaving the scenes or being filmed, the affidavit said. The only thing checked are the firearms to avoid live ammunition being in them. Joel stated there should never be live rounds whatsoever near or around the scene. There should never be live rounds near or around or on a movie set whatsoever. But, you know, that's just common sense, something this country is lacking very, very badly. When they came back from lunch, a creeping shadow prompted the camera to be moved to a different angle, Russell said in the affidavit. As Baldwin was explaining how he was going to draw his gun and where his arm would be when he pulled the gun from the holster, it discharged, Russell said. Guns just don't discharge. That's not how they work, especially a revolver. The trigger had to be pulled, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Revolvers don't work that way. Souza said he was looking over Hutchinson's shoulder when the gun discharged. Hutchinson grabbed her midsection, stumbled backwards, and was assisted to the ground, Souza told the detective. The search warrant said Russell recalled hearing a loud bang, seeing a bloody Souza, and hearing Hutchins say she couldn't feel her legs. The shooting came after crew members raised concerns about safety conditions on the set. 2 Rust crew members told the LA Times that less than a week earlier, a stunt double had fired 2 accidental prop gun discharges after being told the gun was cold. Oh my God. This is definitely neglect. This production company's done. The Rust Movie Productions said in a statement that the safety of its cast and crew is the top priority. Well, it really sounds like it. And it is not aware of official complaints raised about weapon safety and will conduct an internal review. On Sunday, the production company said it would shut down the filming's production during the investigation, but did not rule out restarting. I think you ought to just end the movie. Hutchinson's death follows other accidents that have happened on TV and movie sets. Some in Hollywood and the greater community have called for sets to no longer have operational firearms, especially as muzzle fire could be added through post-production. Nah, exactly. California State Senator has announced plans to propose legislation to ban live ammunition and firearms capable of shooting live ammunition on Hollywood productions in California. This should just been something that was already done a long time ago, because, that's just the way it is. All right, we'll leave that here. Thank you.